Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. A bunch of stuff going on right now. I don't have a lot going on, but I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all just for a minute. I'm gonna hit my a few knives with some rusty rags, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the knives that I'm doing because there's a couple of them that have some interesting things to say. I know that I do have a few knife aficionados, and you know what the hell. Oh, by the way, Salty Shellback is being represented in this video. That's right. Colonel Salty. You know I love him. He's an awesome guy. One of the best on YouTube. So anyway, oh, and you know what? You guys recognize this? This is the one that went into the swimming pool with me, I believe. But yeah, I am going to do my best to dissect this bastard. And see what's in it. You know, there was a time when the flip cam was, for the most part, the unofficial camera of YouTube, and you know, it served me well. I mean, I went through about 3 or 4 of those bastards. So anyway, bucket o' bullets. People mention this to me all the time. I got very lucky with that. I bought these bullets at Cabela's. I bought 2 buckets. I wish now I would have bought more, but you know, at the time I thought, well, why would I need more than 2 buckets? You know, they're 22 golden bullets. They're the Remington 1400 high velocity long rifle cartridges. You know, rimfire hollow points, and they work really, really well. So it's new and improved. So at one time they must not have worked very well, but these are awesome. I don't have any problems no matter what I'm using. They've been really good. Here's the thing. Here's where I got lucky. I bought those. Cabela's had a coupon, and it was in the. It came in. I don't remember. I think it came in a newspaper or something. I don't remember anymore. I don't get the newspaper. It must not have been a newspaper. But anyway, I got a coupon from Cabela's, and they had these. And I don't remember. I think with the coupon, they were either. I think they were somewhere around $48. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. They were cheap enough for me to buy 2 of them. I'll tell you that right now. And somebody told me the other day that this bucket would be like $200 now. You know, like $200. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of shooting out of it. Krista's got a lot of shooting out of it. Still got quite a bit. And I haven't even broken into the other bucket yet. So, I got lucky. Sometimes you get lucky in life. You know, that's just the way it is. All right, listen. I'm going to hit some rusty rags on this. I'm going to talk a little bit about each knife and what the whole point is of me even talking about them. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe you'll find this interesting. Maybe you will not. I don't know. Anyway, silicone on sheepskin. Rusty rags for the win. I don't really need that much, but I was thinking of something to say. Anyway, somebody asked me one time what my all-time favorite knife. If I could only have one knife, what would it be? Now, most people know that I'm a big Case Knives fan, so it might surprise you to know that if I could only have one blade, it would be this. It would be this. Now, I know some people say, well, that's crazy. But I got to be honest with you. Until you've actually held a United States Marine Corps K-bar, spelled K-A-B-A-R, K-bar, until you've had a K-bar in your hands, it's hard to really describe. Now, I know that there are people who've done knife reviews and tested knives and all that stuff who aren't all that impressed. And it's, you know, it's like anything else. It's very subjective. But I will tell you that if I could only have one knife for the rest of my life, it would be this, and here's why. This is the kind of knife that will serve you no matter what you're doing. They come with a nice sheath. Unfortunately, my sheath has been hijacked by Crystal Blade. I'll get it back soon, but it's been hijacked. They come with a nice sheath. I have the leather one. Now, they do make some that are different materials, but you know, there's just, you can hang it on your belt. And I know that it's not a pocket knife, and I know it's big, but I'll tell you what, here's the thing. If need be, I had to defend myself, I would want a battle-tested, and proven battle knife, a fighting knife. This is a real fighting knife. And it will get the job done. I don't care what anybody says, it will get the job done. Now, yeah, it might be overkill for your average tasks, but and some people may even argue that as far as a survival knife goes, there are better ones on the market now. You know what? That may be. I don't know. All I know is that I feel pretty good with this K-bar in my hands. I really do. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, anybody that's been with me for any length of time, you know how I feel about China. You know how I feel about Chinese knives. You know how I feel about the communists of China. And I've definitely been on record in slamming them, and for lots of reasons, and all of them valid, by the way. I remember not too long ago hearing some idiot go on about, who cares if it's made in China? I can get it for, $30 or $20 or whatever the fuck it was. So here's the thing. Yeah, and that person doesn't have a job, or actually no, but that person's is underemployed. Let's put it that way, underemployed. We've shipped our manufacturing base out of this country, but I'm not going to get into all that. Here's why I'm bringing any of this up. Every now and again, I just feel like I should, I ran into this knife. Somebody sent this to me. It's by Jim Frost. Yeah, it's 440. It is what it is. But I will tell you that this knife has been pretty amazing. It's partially serrated. No, and I've always, I for a long time I was kind of partial to partially serrated knives, but to be honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of partially serrated anymore. It's got a frame lock, and the lockup's pretty solid. And I'll tell you what, there's no blade plate. I mean, there really isn't. And by the way, this knife is not anywhere near new, and it's nowhere near a virgin, and it's done some cutting for me, and it's done some work. And I got to be honest with you. It deploys beautifully. It's got an open post design. I mean, it's just a lot of knife. It's not crazy heavy, but it's Chinese. The scary thing about this, though, to be honest with you, is the quality of the knife, the build quality of the knife. Now, some people who are knife aficionados may look at the build quality and go, well, it's not all that. No, actually, I think it is. The centering of the blade's not really great. But that's the only negative that I can say about this knife. And here I am talking anything good about something made in China. It's just a good knife. It really is. It's a good knife. As much as I hate to say it, it's a good knife. Now, I don't know what this cost because it was a gift to me. But I believe this is one of those knives that you'll probably see in the middle of the night. The Frost cutlery knives. It says... what's it say? Designed by Jim Frost, 440 stainless. And then, of course, it's got the China logo on it, which, kind of blows, in my opinion. Kind of blows. But, you know what? I got to be honest with you. By the way, the serrations are pretty aggressive, too. They're real aggressive. And I've actually done some hard cutting with those, the saw teeth. They're probably due for a good sharpening. And it's held its edge pretty good too. I've not sharpened it because I've not felt the need to sharpen it, and I've seriously used this. You can see how dirty it is. It needs a good cleaning, to be honest with you. But, I mean, with that open post design, and this is not an infomercial for this knife, I'm just telling you that only a few times have I ever been so impressed with Chinese crap. Chinese crap. Scary. But, I have heard that the Chinese are up in their game as far as manufacturing, quality, stuff. And it's not good for us people. I don't know what we do as a country because I got to be honest with you. Not everybody can go to college. Not everybody is college material, and not everybody, is capable of doing much over manufacturing. I hate to say it like that. And I'm not even putting down people that do manufacturing. I worked in a factory for a long time. Well, I guess long time's relative. My mom retired from a factory after putting in 34 years. I didn't get that. That wasn't what I was doing. But I was, there long enough to know how much it sucked. But having said that, I know a lot of people who work there, in that particular factory that, to be honest with you, they just wouldn't be unemployable anywhere else, to be honest with you. But that's just the way it is. So I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I guess we're just become one giant welfare nation because, we're totally cool with giving our jobs to China so we can get a knife for $20. I'm just saying, people. All right, so on the flip side, there is this. I was down in Kentucky, down in 4 Mile, Kentucky, in 4 Mile Holler, in fact. And in 4 Mile Holler, there was a little yard sale going on, and there was this little kid, and he was selling his pocket knives that, you know, I don't know. He's a horse trader. He was probably about 7 or 8. He was a pretty cool kid. This is, and to be honest with you, that's such a poor area of the country. I was bored, stopped at the yard sale. Here's this kid trying to sell some knives, you know, and I bought the stuff. I mean, I think I bought every knife he had. Yeah, I think I paid $5 for this, which was probably about $4.50 too much. But it is what it is. It doesn't weigh anything. It's like feather light. This is, yeah, in man. I don't know if you can hear there or not. There's a lot of drag in it. It's bad. It's a lock back. And that's just, doesn't even say 440, it's just stainless china. Stainless china. Will that focus for me? It doesn't matter. Just says China. Yeah. You know, and to be honest with you, this is the absolute opposite end of the spectrum. Quality knife, really crappy knife. By the way, is this the most quality knife I've ever seen in my life? No, it's still a cheap knife, but it's a really good cheap knife. That's all I'm saying. Whereas this is a cheap knife, and it's really crappy. It's really crappy. But, you know, here's the thing I found out too, because believe it or not, I have used this. Yes, I have. Whenever there is a really shitty job to do with a knife, I need a blade, I don't want to use a good blade on it just because it's kind of torturous, I grab something like this. Mostly this, because this is a tank, this is a workhorse. If I got a dirty job to do and I don't want to use one of my nice expensive knives, I go right for this. But there have been times when this was the closest to be had, and that's exactly what I went with. You know, anyway, oh my God, you know, I was going to get to a couple other knives here, but to be honest with you, I just noticed that we're at over 12 minutes, and that really wasn't something I had anticipated. So, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of a bullshit session, but, you know, do you like bullshit sessions? Some people like to hear me talk. Other people, not so much. Everybody take care. See ya!